let's talk about time in relation to our purpose.
In Jesus' name. Once again, choose right, choose life, and stay blessed. Hi, thank you for joining me on Choose Life. Today on this episode, I'll be concluding the series, Take That Step. In the first part of that series, I started with the quote that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. And I said, every step you take takes you closer to your destination. And we talked about things that can limit us that we need to break free from. In the second part, we talked about the people who need to take the step out of their present circumstance. And then today, I'm going to be talking about what you need on that journey that you need to go. I'm going to start with a personal story. Some years back that I left an organization that I worked, we had bought some shares of the company as an employee. I bought the shares at very small money, and then by the time I was leaving, the share value had gone up so much. And I thought automatically I should have my shares transferred to me when I was leaving. But by some company policy, I was told that I didn't qualify to have my shares. I mean, that was very painful to me. I felt cheated, based on what I was told. So twice I attempted to, make the demands for the shares, and I was told that all I was entitled to was the money I invested in the years before, which was nothing compared to what the value was at that time. So I went to God in prayers. I prayed so much about it. And I remember what I was expecting God to do was to make them call me and tell me, come back and take your shares. The policy had changed or something, or it didn't affect me again. And then I remember I went to one program on a day, a women's prayer meeting, and I prayed so fervently about it. The following morning I woke up and I just had a voice say to me, how would you know if your prayer has been answered? And in my mind I thought, oh, they're going to call me when something changes. And he said, how would you know unless you take a step? And I'm wondering, what am I supposed to do? I'd called there before, I'd been rejected twice. And he said, you will not know until you take a step to find out. So take that step. That phrase came to me from that encounter. So I decided to pull the call through. And lo and behold, I got the shares I had been, asking for without any issues. Imagine if I didn't take the step to find out or to ask. You see, in the place of prayer, you get inspiration, you get instructions, you get directions. And so I say to anybody who wants to go on a journey of purpose, who wants to achieve vision, because I'm a person of faith and I want to encourage you that you should be as well. Start from the place of prayer. That is number one thing I would like to tell you. Even the vision itself, even the purpose, in the place of prayer, God can open your eyes to see it. Start with God. A friend told me a story that happened not too long ago. She submitted a proposal somewhere in a company and was expecting them to call her, but she didn't get a call. So she kept praying about it, and one day she heard a voice say to her in her prayers, in a place of meditation, that go to that company on a Tuesday at 12 noon. And she thought, why not a day later or a day before? And that voice said, Tuesday, 12 noon. Of course, the day came and she kind of delayed going because it wasn't as if the company called her. But by faith, she stood up and got there. And imagine what she heard. Madam, we've been waiting for you. Your appointment was for 12 noon. And she was astounded, like, I didn't get any letter from you to invite me for any meeting. And they said, well, we sent you a letter. And later they discovered that the letter that was supposed to be delivered to her had been returned by the courier company that probably they couldn't locate her address or something. But God, in the place of prayer, the one who knows the end from the beginning, the one who's all-knowing, the God of all wisdom, told her in the place of prayer, go at this time on this day. Whatever it is you want to achieve in life, God knows the direction. We should commit our ways into his hands. Trust in him also, and he will bring it to pass. That's that God. You need God on that journey. And the journey of life is easy when God is there leading you. Number 2, I'd like to, talk about knowledge. Knowledge is defined as understanding information about a subject. Either you get it by experience or by study. You need knowledge about the destination that you want to go. It's important. And I want to wrap skill with knowledge here. You need to acquire the skill that is necessary for where you want to go. If you have a vision, you have a destination in mind, you have a purpose you need to achieve, what are the things I need to acquire to be able to get there? Being in the place of knowledge will help you first to define where you are. Then you know what you need to do to be able to get to where you want to go. And then you need the knowledge of where you are going. I realize now when you want to go on air travel outside the country, all the airlines have on their website that you need to find out the requirements of the country that you are going into. Because, post-COVID, everybody's got a requirement before you can get there into that destination. And it's like that about the journey I'm talking about, the journey of purpose in life. Find out about the requirements for the destination you're going. Someone said, zeal without knowledge is like fire without light. Another person said, knowledge is life with wings. When you have knowledge, you have skill for what you want to achieve, you can fly to your destination. And I want to use an analogy for the next points I'm going to raise. If you want to travel on a journey, assuming it's an interstate journey or you're going outside the country, interstate more like, and you have many options, like you could go on rail, you could go by sea, you could go by road, either you drive or you ride, you could go by air. What are the things that would determine how you go? Number 1, I believe it will be the cost of that journey. In case you are limited financially, you want to check which one is cheaper for you to go through. If you're not limited by cost, you may want to look at your personal preferences. You may not like to travel by sea. You may have a phobia for flights. So your personal preference may come into play. And if that is also not relevant to you, there may be one that will be relevant, which is which one serves you the most? Which one is efficient for the journey? Which one gets you there quicker? That may be more relevant to you. So I want to say on the journey, when you have God, you have knowledge, you have skill, then you look at the resources available to you. Your plan for that journey should be based on your resources, the resources you have available to you. Material, it may be financial, it may be time resource. The option, the way you go, how you go is determined by the resources you have. And of course, your how would also be about your personal preferences, and that is in you. So I want to say how is very specific to you. It's determined by where you are going and also who you are. So note the things I've said. God with you, knowledge, skill, resources you have available, and who you are determines how you go on the journey. Another quote that someone said, that knowledge with action converts adversity to prosperity. Take God on that journey, you acquire the knowledge that you need, and take the action that is the step necessary for you to get there. I'll see you at the top, where you have converted every adverse situation of your life into prosperity. So I want to say to you, make the right choice now. Choose right, choose life. And until I see you again, take the step and stay blessed.